Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to your Mercury Direct Astrology predictions for the 12 Zodiac Signs. We have Mercury going direct on April 24 at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at 15 degrees and 59 minutes in the sign of Aries. The Mercury direct is happening in conjunction to the North Node, giving us the opportunity to align with our soul mission and purpose in this life, as we have already reviewed and gone through multiple details and situations and things that have had us review and revise what we are supposed to do in this life regarding the area of our lives that this Mercury is stationing direct into. Now I will start with the 12 zodiac signs. Make sure to listen to your rising, sun, and moon signs, and please let me know in the comments below what your situation is and how are you feeling. Do you have any changes in your life? I would really like to know, as we have that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, and we also had that eclipse in Aries that for me totally turned my life upside down again. But nothing that I'm not used to already. I'm a Taurus rising, so Uranus in my first house just has made drastic changes in the past 5 years, 6 years, so I'm kind of used to it. But anyway, trying to stay hopeful. But please let me know how things are going for you, and remember to show some support, to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Hello dear Aries, Aries suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mercury Direct Astrology prediction. Mercury is going direct on April 24th at 15 degrees and 59 minutes in the sign of Aries in your first house. So for a lot of you Aries, you might have gone through some introspection and reviewing the way how you identify. You may be reevaluating how you look yourself, how you pay attention to your feelings, to your thoughts, and how you look at yourself in the mirror. For others of you, you may have reassessed situations and things that kind of affect you in the way how you identify, in the way how you look. And because this is happening at an angular house, you might have reassessed people, family members, partners, and also authority figures in your life when it comes to how they make you feel about you and how you identify with others and how you are seen by them. So Mercury stationing direct in conjunction to the North Node is really realigning you to your soul purpose and mission. Now, the energy of the North Node is not an easy one. It's an intense one, but with Mercury going direct here, it's really helping you realign the way how you identify with yourself, the way how you feel about yourself in the right path, so that you have that set of self-confidence and self-worth that is necessary for you to move forward with your life and to follow that soul mission that you have. Now, Mercury rules your 3rd and 6th house, so you may have a lot of communication with other people that somehow affects the way how you view yourself. And with Mercury moving direct here, you are starting to gain some clarity when it comes to your thoughts, to your communication, in the way how you identify with yourself. Now, for others of you Aries, you might have undergone changes in your physical body. You might have changed your wardrobe, bought new clothes, removed old ones. You might have changed the way how you want to look, maybe your hair model, your hairstyle, hair color, and just your clothing style, just the way how you look and how other people see you. For a few of you, you might also have undergone surgeries that you have wanted to change the way how you look in your physical body. With Mercury ruling your 3rd house, which again is also the house of communication and thoughts, you might have changes when it comes to the way how you think about yourself and how you communicate with others, to where it changes how other people view you. It changes your family dynamics, how you talk to them and how they talk to you, and also your partnerships, because this is also triggering your 7th house, the house of partnerships. You may have a lot of clarity with a partner, a romantic partner, a business partner, when it comes to how you communicate with them, the thought process, and how you want to move forward when it comes to this person And again, it can be a romantic one or it can be a business one. For others of you, you may encounter changes when it comes to the communication with your boss, with your managers, authority figures in your career, because this is also triggering the 10th house. So you may gain clarity when it comes to communicating with them in a way to where it aligns you with your life path and with your mission that you have. And the North Node is transiting your first house, and it's reshaping you and realigning you with your soul purpose. And as the North Node moves into multiple houses, it changes you in those aspects of your life. And so this is the time to focus a lot on yourself, on your physical body, on your identity, in the way how you want to be seen in the world and how you want to identify as. Mercury also rules your 6th house, and the 6th house deals with your job, with your physical health, and also your daily routines. So you may be reassessing your daily routines. Maybe this Mercury retrograde helped you remove some things and add some new things when it comes to your day-to-day life that you think were not serving you anymore, and now you want to put in new things that help you in the way how you identify with yourself and how you look also in your physical body. For others of you, you may even have started or will start a workout routine, maybe doing more daily steps, being more outside, just doing things so that you can care or you can take care of your physical body. For others of you, it could be that you are changing jobs, you're having things change at your day-to-day job with the 6th house being ruled by Mercury, and Mercury going retrograde in your first house. It could be that you are experiencing changes that really change the way how you feel and how you identify with. Maybe you're given more responsibilities. Maybe you have just improved the relationship that you have with authority figures at work, and that changes the way how the other people view you. Or it could be that you may have had some situations to go back and forth with authority figures that have changed the way how others view you again in your day-to-day job. For others of you, it could be that you're making changes in your diet, that Mercury retrograde in your first house made you maybe reassess things in your physical body, how you look, how you feel about your physical body, and then with that Mercury retrograde, you decided to make some changes when it comes to your diet. And now Mercury moving direct or stationing direct, and then eventually getting momentum and then moving out of the shadow zone. It's helping you to make the necessary changes in your daily routines, in your diet, in your physical details or physical attentions, to be able to make the necessary changes so that you feel more self-confident and you have those important changes that you want in your physical body to be able to feel healthier, more attractive, more sexy, since you're Aries and that's important to you, and things like that. But this is what I have for you, Aries. I wish you all the best. Please let me know how things are going with you with this Mercury stationing direct. If you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello dear Taurus, Taurus suns, moons and risings. Welcome to your Mercury direct in Aries astrology predictions. Mercury stationing direct at 15 degrees and 59 minutes in the sign of Aries on April 24th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But for you, Taurus, is happening in your 12th house, and the 12th house is the house of retreat, of resting, other dimensions, dreams, addictions, and things like that. So this Mercury retrograde has helped you, Tauruses, reassess the way how you rest, how you take care also of your physical body, because this also triggers the 6th house of your health and day-to-day life. For others of you, you may have had the opportunity to go on a short trip that is far away, to faraway lands during the Mercury retrograde. For others of you, you may have just rested and trying to gain more strength and energy as Sun moves into your sign. But for others of you, Tauruses, you may have had changes in your job, in your day-to-day life, And with that eclipse that happened in Aries, you may have had changes, or will have changes if not yet, that are kind of outside of your control when it comes to the way how you rest, when it comes to your day-to-day job, when it comes to your health and your daily routines. And I myself am a Taurus rising. I found out, I think it was like 4 days ago, that our office is going to be closed, so I won't have a job. So that Aries eclipse really took something away from my life, which was my job. And although it's not easy, I still know that it is the right thing to happen, because the nodes are also associated here, and because Pluto is in my 10th house, which is the same thing for you. That is really changing my career and your career, putting us into the right path when it comes to our vocation, how we want to be known into the world, and also our status. So Mercury stationing direct in your 12th house, Tauruses, is giving you the opportunity to put into action the things that you have been reflecting on during the month of April. And these could be things associated with just resting and retreating, spending time alone, spending time in isolation, away from other people. For others of you, you may have been active in connecting with people in foreign lands, family members, friends, acquaintances, people that you know that live abroad or faraway countries. For others of you, you may have had vivid dreams, a lot of downloads when it comes to your dreams, your spirituality, religion, things associated with other worlds and other dimensions, with God, with the universe also. And so this Mercury stationing direct is now giving you the opportunity to put into action things that you have reflected on and kind of be realigned in a new direction. And that's because this Mercury stationing direct is in conjunction to the North Node. And the North Node really helps us realign our path, put us in the right direction when it comes to our life path, our soul mission, and what we are supposed to do in this life. Now, the North Node energy is not an easy energy, so it does not feel very comfortable to make certain changes, especially also with the eclipse that we had in this area of your life just a few days ago. However, it is necessary, again, with the North Node being involved in this cycle, in this period of time. So a lot of you Tauruses, you may have important communication associated with the way how you rest, resting in your physical body, spiritually also, but also in your daily job. You may have the opportunity to go for the jobs that are aligned with your soul purpose and your soul mission, kind of be removed from jobs that are not serving you anymore. For others of you, if you are remaining in the same job, that maybe you have responsibilities taken away from you or added to you that are going to realign you in your long-term career and your long-term purposes when it comes to your job. For others of you, this Mercury direct is giving you the chance to implement things when it comes to your physical health, when you're with your body, your diet, the things that you eat, your workout routines, maybe walking outside more, maybe even swimming, doing, physical activities in general that really help you in your mental health. They help you with your spirituality, to realign your chakras, to just feel spiritually more accomplished. And lastly, Mercury rules your 2nd and 5th house. So for a lot of you Tauruses, you may have reassessed the way how you make money, because the 2nd house is associated here. So with Mercury retrograding your 12th house, and with the eclipse happening in this area of your life, you may have been taken away a stream of income, just like it happened with me. But for others of you, you could have had an idea, an opportunity to add more money. And Mercury station direct now is giving you the chance to go forward, move with this direction of your life, with this opportunity that you have to make more money. And if you had the stream of income being removed, then Mercury moving direct with the North Node in conjunction to the North Node is giving you the opportunity to kind of open your eyes and realize that maybe this career path is not the right thing for you, and to reassess what you want to do, what direction you want to take. And Pluto here demolishes things that don't work for us and put us in the right path when it comes to our career. So with this Mercury direct, you're going to have the opportunity to have more clarity and move forward with the things that we want when it comes to our career and how much money we make, but also with our self-worth. The second house is the house of self-worth, the self-confidence, how we look at ourselves. So Mercury going direct in the 12th house, we might be using spirituality and religion to strengthen our self-confidence and the way how we view ourselves. Mercury also rules your 5th house, Tauruses. So you may be reassessing relationships with your children. Mercury moving direct is giving you maybe the opportunity to improve some relationship with a child, maybe through a trip to foreign lands with them, maybe with reconnecting with them, especially through spirituality, through religion, and at a spiritual level also. For others of you, the 5th house is also the house of creativity and artistic abilities. The 12th house is the house of other dimensions, other realms. A lot of you Tauruses may have had discoveries, downloads when it comes to creative abilities, artistic abilities that maybe could produce a stream of income for you. So Mercury going direct is putting you in the right path when it comes to accomplishing or going after this creative ability, artistic ability, to kind of put it into reality. Everything that you have in your mind, everything that is coming through either dimensions, God, the universe, when it comes to creativity, this Mercury direct could help in putting that into something tangible. This is what I have for you, Tauruses. Please let me know how you're feeling with so much energy in the 12th house. Myself, I am feeling very lethargic, can barely get out of my bed. But let me know how things are going for you. And also for the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in your 1st house. What changes are you facing? Are you feeling? For myself, I'm not feeling anything yet, but I tend to have changes and feel things after conjunctions are made. So that's just my experience though. Let me know if you have any changes for yourself. But other than that, please, if you liked and resonated with this video, remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Well, dear Geminis, Gemini suns, moons, and risings, welcome to your Mercury direct in Aries astrology predictions. Mercury stationed in direct at 15 degrees and 59 minutes in the sign of Aries on April 24 at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But for you Geminis, Mercury stationing direct in your 11th house. And the 11th house deals with networks, friends, groups of friends, social groups, the social media, long-term dreams and goals for the future. So for a lot of you Geminis, you might have had old friends come into your life with this Mercury retrograde. You might have had the opportunity to visit old friends, people that you used to spend a lot of time with in the past. And this Mercury moving direct maybe is helping you reflect on relationships that you had with certain individuals in your group circles, and now you're gaining more clarity and you feel more realigned when it comes to your friends and groups of friends. For others of you with this Mercury retrograde in your 11th house, you may have had the opportunity to kind of reflect and introspect in yourself when it comes to your friends, why you are in this certain group of friends or why you're not in a certain group of friends. And with Mercury moving direct in conjunction to the North Node, you're gaining some momentum, some understanding and clarity when it comes to how you approach to your social groups, to your friends, and how you want to be associated with them with this Mercury moving direct in this area of your life. For others of you, it could be that Mercury retrograde has helped you reassess and go back to the way how you feel about your long-term dreams and goals. It could be that the Mercury retrograde helped you go back to an old dream and goal that you had in the past, and reassess the way how you're going to achieve it, how you're going to attain it, especially with the eclipse in Aries also happening in this area of your life. It could be that a long-term goal has been removed from your life somehow. You realize that it's just not aligned with your soul purpose and mission, or it could be that something new that you want to achieve comes up in your life. You feel inspired to go after it and pursue it. And this Mercury stationing direct in conjunction to the North Node in your 11th house is now giving you the opportunity to go from a wish and a dream into something more tangible, and really take necessary steps into achieving your long-term goals and dreams. Now, is this going to happen overnight? Absolutely not. That's why the 11th house is the house of long-term dreams and goals for the future. But Mercury moving direct or stationing direct in conjunction to the North Node is putting you in the right path to be able to go after these goals. Now, Mercury is still in that shadow period, and as it gets out of it in May, that's when you're going to feel the more clarity and you're going to gain the most momentum. However, just the stationing direct should give some clarity when it comes to you moving forward in this area of your life. Mercury also rules your 4th house and also rules you, Gemini. So you could be that you are the initiator of all these necessary changes when it comes to your social groups. Maybe you were the person to reach out to an old friend, or to go visit them, or to spend more time with them. For others of you, it could be that you have reviewed and revised the way how you identify and how you feel about or around certain people. And this could be, again, your close friends, but also just your acquaintances and people that know you. For others of you, Geminis, as I mentioned, Mercury rules your 4th house. So it could be that you are reassessing the place that you live at. Maybe you want to change your city, your home, the country you live in, the state you live in, and to be able to realign it more with your long-term dreams and goals, where you want to be living in the long term, in the long run. For others of you, Geminis, it could be that you just want to remodel your home environment to a style and a place where it feels more comfortable, to where you accomplish something that you've had in your mind when it comes to interior designing, the way how your house looks, but also the people that you want to live with. And maybe you have always wanted to live with your grandparents, let's say, or you've always wanted to move out of your parents' house. So this Mercury stationing direct in your 11th house of long-term dreams and goals and ruling your 4th house could give you the opportunity, or a kind of a revelation or aha moment, to where you gain the clarity on how to go about that, how to take the necessary steps to maybe move out of your parents' home, or to have a new member join you in your family environment, or to leave your family environment. This is what I have for you, Geminis, for this Mercury stationing direct in the sign of Aries. Please let me know how things are going for you, and if you've experienced drastic changes with this eclipse, and if not, also let me know. I myself feel the biggest changes of a conjunction, such as the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction or an eclipse, a few days after, usually not on the same day. So let me know if you're experiencing changes for yourself. But other than that, please, if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello, dear Cancers, Cancer suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mercury direct in Aries astrology prediction. Mercury is turning direct at 15 degrees and 59 minutes on April 24, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But for you, Cancers, this is happening in your 10th house, and the 10th house is the house that deals with our career, public reputation, public persona, our contribution to the world, and what we are most known for. Mercury going retrograde in this area of your life might have had you Cancers reflecting on your career. If you are in the career that you always wanted to do and to be involved in, or if you want to move into something else. For others of you, you may have been reflecting on your status. Do you still want to remain married to the person that you are with, or do you want to be with somebody else, or just single? For others of you, you may just have been reflecting on your other status, if you want to remain single or not, or in this certain relationship or not, and things like that. Now, this Mercury retrograde in your 10th house has also triggered your 4th house, Cancers. So for some of you, you may have been reflecting on your home environment, whether you want to remain in the same house, the same apartment, the same city, the same country, or if you have been wanting to move to something new. Now, Mercury stationing direct in this area of your life may give you the opportunity to take action into this introspection and reflection that you have made in these areas of your life. Mercury retrograde could have had old bosses and authority figures come back to your life. And it could have been that you may have reached out to them, or they have reached out to you. And Mercury rules your 3rd house also, which is the house of communication. So for a lot of you Cancers, you may have had some important communications related to your career, and who you want to become or to be known into the world as. You may have had also misunderstandings, needing to go back and forth on emails, phone calls, and things like that when it comes to your career and public persona. For others of you, you may have had clarification and deep conversations with a partner, because the Mercury retrograde and Mercury going direct in conjunction to the North Node, which I will be talking in a minute, is happening at an angular house, which means that it's affecting your partnerships also, but also you as a person, your identity, your physical body, and also how other people view you. So for a lot of you Cancers, Mercury going retrograde in your 10th house could have really had you in deep conversation with a partner, be it business partner or romantic partner, related either to your business, to your career, or to your status, your marriage status, relationship status, fiance, boyfriend and girlfriend, things like that. So you may have been reflecting a lot on that. For others of you, you may have had deep conversations and introspection when it comes to your home environment. If you want to remain again in the same place, in the same apartment, in the same house, in the same home environment. And for others of you, lastly, you may have had some kind of conversation and deep conversation actually with a family member, maybe trying to fix relationship with them, trying to heal some things with them also, because Mercury going retrograde in this area of your life has also been conjunct Chiron, and it will go conjunct Chiron again, because Chiron is at 20 degrees. And so you may have been working on healing and fixing a lot of things, and also learning from past mistakes. Now, Mercury going direct in this area of your life is giving you some momentum, some necessity to take the necessary steps, to take the steps that you need in order to get the career that you want, the public status that you want, the public persona that you want, to be known to the world as the person that you want to be known as. For others of you, this Mercury going direct in this area of your life could give you the opportunity again to take the necessary steps, but to change your home environment, to even renovate your home, to change your place, your city. And for others of you, the 4th house also rules our emotions, and the moon rules this house, and the moon rules you Cancers. So you may have changes really made at the core of yourself, inside of you, when it comes to your emotions. This Mercury retrograde could have really given you the opportunity to introspect and reflect on a lot of things in relationships with your family members and your career and how you want to be known into the world. And for some of you, in your partnerships and also your identity in your physical body. Mercury is going direct in conjunction to the North Node. So it's realigning you into your life path. And this happening in your 10th house, it really has to do with how you're known into the world, how you want people to see you and to view you as. And this can be in career. If you're not in the work market or the job market, then it could be just what you're known as into the world, because the 10th house is the most visible house of our chart. And for you Cancers, is anything that you're known as. If you're known as an artist, then this Mercury going retrograde in this area of your life could have had you reflect on how you want to do and redo your art, how you want to change things up so that you can change the way how people view you as an artist. Are you going to use darker color or lighter colors, for example, to be able to identify with it in your career and in your public persona, how you want to be known into the world? Mercury also rules your 12th house. So for a lot of you Cancers, you may have had the opportunity to reconnect with people that live in distant lands, again, family members, relatives, friends, things like that, people like that. You may have had the opportunity to reconnect with them and somehow change the way how they view you and how you're also known within your circle, of people. For others of you, it could be that you have changed or reflected on your spirituality, on your religious views, the way how you pray, the way how you do your meditation, any spiritual routine that you have, which really changes how you come up with the world, like how you deal with the world and how other people view you also. And lastly, for some of you Cancers, Mercury rules the 3rd house again, and the 3rd house is also the house of publishing, writing, sales, marketing, anything that is in the communications industry. So for a lot of you, this Mercury direct, if you are in this industry, this Mercury going direct in your 10th house can help you reassess yourself and remarket yourself in the world so that you can have a different approach when it comes to this industry in your career and how you want to be known through it into the world. This is what I have for you Cancers. Please let me know in the comments how this period is going for you. We had an intensive eclipse in your 10th house, so I really wonder how a lot of you are doing. I myself have a moon in Cancer. I'm not Cancer sun or Cancer rising, so things for me happen in like more internal world, emotional world, when things are happening, in the for Cancers. But let me know how you're feeling. Do you have changes in your career, in your public persona? How are your marriages and relationships going? Please let me know in the comments. I really want to know about that. And other than that, if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello dear Leos, Leo suns, moons and risings. Welcome to your Mercury direct in Aries astrology prediction. Mercury is stationed in direct at 15 degrees and 59 minutes in the sign of Aries on April 24 at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But for you Leos, this is happening in your 9th house, and the 9th house deals with spirituality, spiritual teachers and gurus and mentors. It deals with legal matters, international travels, legal things associated with international travel such as visas and things like that. So for a lot of you Leos, you may have had the opportunity during this Mercury retrograde to change and reflect on your spiritual beliefs, but not only spiritual, actually, any belief that you have, the belief system, things that you thought are in a certain way. Through this Mercury retrograde, you might have reflected on them and absolutely changed the way how you view them. I have a friend of mine who is a Leo moon, and he was telling me today, actually, that he did not like olive oil before. And he had listened to this podcast that olive oil is actually very good for you and things like that. That podcast had really gone very deep into the effects of this olive oil in our bodies, that he had completely changed the way how he viewed it and how he believed in it. And I have been telling him for years and years, you have to eat olive oil because it's good for you. And I myself, I'm from the Mediterranean, so I've always had olive oil my entire life, and I know the benefits of it. However, I was so shocked today to see how he changed his belief system when it comes to this in such a profound but also sudden way, which was like, very funny and surprising. But for a lot of you Leos, you have also had things like that during this Mercury retrograde, and it could be for little things like this, like your food, it could be your finances, it could be about your groups of friends and people, and I will explain here in a minute why. But you have had changes and introspection and thinking about your belief system when it comes to anything in the world. And now Mercury moving direct or stationing direct in conjunction to the North Node is really teaching you that this is the belief system that you have to go with now in order to be realigned to your life path and your soul mission that you have at this point in your life. And so Mercury stationing direct here gives some kind of clarity into what you need to be doing in the future to kind of gain some momentum to move forward with the belief system that you have now. Now, Mercury is not still out of the shadow zone, so when it gets out of the shadow zone in May, you will have the biggest momentum and the biggest understanding and clarity when it comes to your belief systems. However, Mercury stationing direct in conjunction to the North Node is still very meaningful, especially related to your purpose in this life and what you need to move forward with. Now, for others of you Leos, you may just have to deal with legal matters, maybe going back and forth with legal matters, legal cases, anything that's associated with that. And this Mercury station direct with the North Node is again giving you clarity and letting you take steps forward to where you don't need to double check and triple check things. However, the best time to move forward with projects and things like that is after the shadow period. But Mercury in conjunction to the North Node is really setting you in the right path when it comes to your mission, your soul mission, and your karma, like your good karma, what you are supposed to move forward to. And in order, to move forward with legal matters and things like that. Now, for others of you Leos, you may have had the opportunity to go on an international trip during this Mercury retrograde. You might have had people, or you might have had to interact with people from different backgrounds, different cultures. You might have even studied foreign languages. And so this Mercury direct gives you more momentum to where you have more clarity learning these languages or understanding other people's cultures and backgrounds and cultural differences. For others of you, you may now have the opportunity to travel in a foreign country, in a foreign land. And for others of you, you may just have worked on submitting paperwork to go internationally, visas, permits, things like that, to go on an international trip or to live abroad. And now with Mercury direct, you are finally gaining some momentum with the process, the process, with the paperwork. Now, Mercury rules your second house, and the second house is the house of income. So for a lot of you Leos, you may earn more now with people from different backgrounds in careers such as foreign languages. You may also earn more money some way in a foreign land, if you are doing that, or you now have removed some kind of blockages when it comes to working in a foreign land or with foreign people or people that are different from you. And so this Mercury moving direct now, stationing direct, is kind of removing blockages that you may have faced during the Mercury retrograde period. For others of you, the second house also rules the self-worth, the way how we feel about ourselves. And so Mercury going retrograde in the 9th house, which is a house of also the belief system, you may have been reflecting also in your self-worth that is associated with the belief system, with things that you have a lot of faith on and you believe are in a certain way. And Mercury stationing direct in conjunction to the North Node is maybe helping you have more self-confidence when it comes to things that you believe in, that you're comfortable sharing with other people. For others of you, again, if you live in a foreign land, you may feel more comfortable expressing your cultural background, who you are as a person, your background, your cultural background, where you come from, things like that in a foreign land. So Mercury stationing direct is giving you that self-confidence and self-worth to be able to express yourself freely with other people related to these topics. Mercury also rules your 11th house. And the 11th house is the house of long-term dreams and goals. So for a lot of you, Leos, you may have some kind of dream accomplished when it comes to ninth house matters, maybe moving to a foreign country, a foreign land. With this Mercury stationing direct, maybe some door is opening to you being able to achieve this goal, this kind of dream that you may have. For others of you, it could be a long-term dream and goal that's associated with a legal matter. So this Mercury station direct with the North Node is opening some kind of door again, some kind of opportunity for you to be able to achieve this long-term goal and dream. The 11th house is also the house of friends, acquaintances, social media also. So for a lot of you Leos, maybe you have had the opportunity to earn some exposure when it comes to your social media reach, to international people in an international level, people from different backgrounds, different languages, different cultures. And for others of you, you may just have the opportunity with this Mercury direct to somehow enter a social group that is with people from different backgrounds, different cultures, and to where you can express your belief system more freely and feel comfortable just sharing who you are as a person and expressing yourself. But this is what I have for you, Leos. Please let me know in the comments how this is reflecting for you. We had a massive, important eclipse in this area of your life. Let me know if that has changed anything for you. And also, by the time this conjunction is exact, we will already have the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. So please let me know how that is also going for you, because it's happening at a fellow fixed sign. So it should impact you a lot also, Leos. Please let me know. And if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello dear Virgos, Virgo Suns, Moons and Risings. Welcome to your Mercury stationing direct in Aries astrology prediction, which is happening in 15 degrees and 59 minutes in the sign of Aries on April 24 Eastern Standard Time. So make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But for you Virgos, this is happening in your 8th house. And the 8th house deals with self-sabotaging patterns, shared income and resources, investments, other people's money, taxes, insurance, and things like that. So for a lot of you Virgos, this Mercury going retrograde into this area of your life could have really had you reflecting a lot in your self-sabotaging patterns. And Mercury rules you, so you can be the initiator of this kind of introspection and reflecting when it comes to the way how you talk to yourself, when it comes to your weaknesses related to psychology, yes, and the way how you think and how you talk to yourself. Mercury station direct now in conjunction to the North Node could be revealing you things about your inner world, your self-sabotaging patterns that need to be changed and fixed in order for you to be realigned with your soul purpose and life purpose. And that's because the North Node is really helping here to realign you with your mission in this life that you need to have, that you need to do during this period of your life. So for others of your Virgos, you may have had the need to reflect on shared resources, shared income with a partner, with a family member through this Mercury retrograde. And a Mercury go stationing direct now in conjunction to the North Node can have you settle on those shared resources and shared income that you and or your family members are planning to put together in order to move forward with some kind of project, or generally just the shared resources that you want to have together in order for you to progress in this area of your life. Now, the eclipse that happened in Aries might have brought you changes when it comes to your shared resources and your personal income, because it also triggers your second house. And if it hasn't yet, it will definitely will just later on. It will somehow reflect in one way or the other for you. But you also have a lot of changes when it comes to your personal income, and with Mercury stationing retrograde in your 8th house also has triggered the way how you make money for yourself, how much you're making, how much you're spending, how you are budgeting your income, and what you are spending it for and who you're spending it with. And Mercury stationing direct again with the North Node in your 8th house can have you finally move forward with the way how you're making money, how you're sharing money with others, and have some kind of clarity, some kind of forward momentum. Now, when Mercury moves completely away from the shadow period, which will happen in May, that's when you will feel the biggest clarity and the forward moving momentum. However, this conjunction with the North Node is still very powerful because Mercury starts to slow down and then station direct, and then starts to move slow again and pick up on the new speed that it's taking. And so it's spending a little bit more time with the North Node in this area of your life. So a lot of reflection, introspection when it comes to shared resources, shared finances, and also investments. Mercury also rules your 10th house, Virgos. So you may have had massive changes when it comes to your career also, especially with the eclipse happening in the 8th house that's triggering all these planets, including Mercury, which is your ruler and the ruler of your 10th house. And again, if you have not experienced these massive changes yet, you definitely will. It just takes a little bit of time. Sometimes the eclipses show things a bit later. Like for me, it takes days, sometimes weeks to feel the consequences of an eclipse. However, for a lot of you Virgos, you may have to use shared resources to improve your career and how you're known into the world. And Mercury stationing direct here, or Mercury going retrograde first of all, could have had you go back and forth when it comes to your shared finances with family members, your partners, in what you want to use this money for when it comes to your career and what you're known to the world. And now Mercury station direct is bringing things somewhat into completion when it comes to these topics, to where you're getting more clarity and forward momentum when it comes to moving forward with using shared resources to improve or change your career, improve or change your public reputation, public persona, or even status. You could be changing your status, going from single to married, from married to single again, or being in a relationship, being engaged, things like that. The 8th house is also the house of dealing with other people's money. So you may have had some kind of breakthrough when it comes to your investments, maybe in the stock market, or just dealing with other people's money. Maybe you invest other people's money also. And for some of you Virgos, you may have had to reflect and do a lot of introspection, but also check a lot of details, go back and forth on them, maybe also learn from past mistakes with conjunction to Chiron when it comes to how you're managing shared resources. And Mercury station now direct in this area of your life can help you learn from those past mistakes, introspection, reviewing details and important things, especially with you being Virgo, you're very detail oriented. So going back and forth on those details and now with Mercury moving direct in this area of your life can really have you finally take the necessary steps to move forward with these projects or this area of your life related to shared finances, but also personal finances. This is also triggering your 2nd house. This is what I have for you Virgos. I really hope you are receiving blessings and you have a necessary change that you need to realign you into your life path in the way how you manage money, personal and also shared resources, but also your career and how you're known to the world. Please let me know how this eclipse is reflecting to your life in your 8th house. I really want to know how that is going for you. For myself, it's happening in my 12th house of rest and hidden things. It's also triggering my 6th house, so my office is getting closed. I basically don't have a stable job all of a sudden, but I'm Taurus rising. I'm a fellow earth sign, so Uranus moving into my 1st house has brought drastic changes into my life to where I'm more comfortable with uncertainty than I'm comfortable with routines and things being stable. So I'll deal with it. But please let me know how this is going for you in the comments. I always read them. And other than that, if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello dear Libras, Libra Suns, Moons and Risings. Welcome to your Mercury stationing direct in Aries astrology prediction. Mercury stationing retrograde at 15 degrees and 59 minutes in the sign of Aries And for you, Libras, this is happening in your 7th house, which is the house of partnerships, collaborations, agreements, contracts, things like that. So you are experiencing a lot of reviews, introspection, and having to go back and forth into details when it comes to these topics of your life. For a lot of you, Libras, you may have had to go into deep discussions and reviewing and going into important details and situations back in time with a partner, be it romantic or a business partner, to where you had to reassess a lot of things regarding your relationship with each other, but also in the way how you identify and how you feel in this relationship. Because the eclipse that happened in the sign of Aries in your 7th house has also triggered your 1st house. So topics related to the way how you identify, how you feel, expressing yourself freely and fully in your partnership can really, or could have really been, an important focus for a lot of you Libras. Now, for others of you, Mercury stationing direct in the 7th house could mean that you are finally coming to conclusions when it comes to different topics and conversations that you had with your partner, romantic partner again, or a business partner, that could have really helped you just clear away some things that you were maybe hurt in the past, given that Chiron was also involved in the Mercury retrograde in this area of your life. And now Mercury stationing direct is really bringing things into some type of completion, but also in more clarity. However, it's important to note that until Mercury gets out of the shadow zone, you won't have the full understanding and agreement with your partner. That's because Mercury will have to leave the shadow zone in order to bring the benefits of this Mercury retrograde period in this area of your life. Now, for a lot of you Libras, it could have been that you have gone through agreements, contracts with a partner during this Mercury retrograde, just reviewing details, talking about important things that matter to you regarding this kind of partnership, and making the necessary changes, adjusting it to where you feel more safe, more expressive when it comes to this partnership. Now, Mercury stationing direct in conjunction to the North Node could really tell you that you are now making the necessary changes when it comes to this partnership to where it's more aligned to your soul mission and your soul purpose. And the North Node and the South Node in the 1st and 7th house axis is very powerful because it deals with your identity, who you are as a person, but also how you connect with other people. And for you Libras, it could be very important to go into these important details, have important conversations, deep conversations, and with Chiron being involved, talking even about things that may have disappointed you in the past, that may have hurt you in the past when it comes to your partnerships, and really help you set you up for the right path when it comes to your soul mission and what you are meant to accomplish in this lifetime. It's important to mention that the 7th house is also the house of open enemies. So maybe you Libras have had to deal with some type of open enemy, maybe reviewing past situations that may have agitated you or may have had you fight with each other. And Mercury station direct after touching Chiron, the North Node, may really talk about healing from these relationships and kind of wanting to start over. Now, if you're not starting over just yet, again with Mercury still being in the shadow zone, then you are gaining some type of momentum when it comes to clarity, when it comes to coming into some type of agreement and understanding when it comes to your partnerships, your open enemies, but also contracts and agreements that you may have been doing during this time. It's important to mention, Libras, that for you this is happening at an angular house, and just as I mentioned, this is affecting the way how you identify, how you express yourself, and how you feel when it comes to your self-expression. But this is also triggering your 4th house and also your 10th house. And the 4th house is the house of family, home environment, our inner emotions also, and real estate. So for a lot of you Libras, you may have been revisiting with your partner topics related to your home environment. Maybe you want to change some things, to move somewhere else, sell a house, buy a new one. Maybe you want to change neighborhoods, cities, countries, states. And so Mercury retrograding your 7th house could have put you into uncomfortable maybe conversations with your partner, or it could have been that Chiron here has really helped you to express yourself fully with a partner, come to good terms with each other, kind of heal from past situations, and make necessary changes that you need in this area of your life. For others of you Libras, this has also triggered your career, your public persona, how other people view you. So you may have had, again, some conversations, some situations that you had to go back to with a partner, be it romantic or not, that help you reassess your career and how you want to be known into the world. And maybe some type of business partnership, collaboration you've had in the past wasn't there to make you feel very accomplished, or you were feeling like the other person is not putting as much effort as you. And so during this Mercury retrograde, you might have had to deal with these topics, and then Mercury station now direct in conjunction to the North Node really talks about you really needing to go through this situation so that you can be realigned with your life purpose and goal in this life. Mercury rules your 2nd house. So for a lot of you Libras, this can take the nature of financial matters, financial conversations, or simply topics that are related to how much money you make, how much money you're spending, how much you're budgeting, anything that's associated with your personal income. And so you may have had to revisit that with a partner, a romantic partner, a business partner, maybe coming to terms on how much you should be earning, how much you should be spending, and how much you should be budgeting. And so you're having conversations with a partner related to these things. It could be, again, a business partner or romantic partner, or you're entering some type of agreement or had to review details related to agreement and contract related to how much money you're making. Mercury also rules your 12th house. 12th house is about retreat, about vacationing, resting, foreign lands. So for a lot of you Libras, you may have had the opportunity to go on a quick trip or vacation with a partner, and Mercury stationing now direct is kind of completing that vacation. Or for others of you, if you have not had the opportunity to do so, or you had to go through details and important things related to these travels and trips to foreign lands, or just trips for vacation and for resting, then this Mercury direct could really give an opportunity, open a window to where you can make this come true and come to reality. Now lastly Libras, the 12th house is also the house of spirituality, religion, spiritual rituals. So you may review things associated with these things with your partner, to where you want to be able to do more things that are associated with spirituality with them, maybe even astrology, do more yoga, meditation, anything that's associated with spirituality. It could also be religion, prayers, attending sacred places, things like that. And so with Mercury stationing direct in your 7th house, conjunct in the North Node, can indicate that you are meant to have these conversations, these situations, these reviewed details about this topic so that you can be more aligned and realigned with your life path and your soul mission in this life. This is what I have for you Libras. Please let me know in the comments below how you are feeling with this eclipse happening in your 7th house and also triggering you in your 1st house. Have you had any changes? Do you feel like you're going to have changes in the near future? Please let me know. I would really like to know how things are going for you. But other than that, if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello dear Scorpio, Scorpio suns, moons and risings. Welcome to your Mercury direct in Aries astrology prediction. Mercury stationing direct in the sign of Aries at 15 degrees and 59 minutes on April 24 Eastern Standard Time. So make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But for you Scorpios, this is happening in your 6th house, which is a house of day-to-day routines, day-to-day life, day-to-day job, and also the house of health. So for a lot of you Scorpios, you might have revisiting the way how you go about your physical health, your health routines, your diet, the things that you eat, your workout routines, the sunlight that you're getting, everything that is associated with your health. You might have been revisiting it during this Mercury retrograde, but not only. With this eclipse that we just had in this area of your life, for a lot of you Scorpios, you may have had a health issue removed from your life, or you might have a new one coming through to where you need to address it and work towards it. Now, the effects of the eclipse may not have felt already because sometimes it takes some time to unfold, but for a lot of you Scorpios, that could definitely be the case. Now, Mercury going retrograde in this area of your life again could have had you going into introspection and revisiting details and things associated with your physical health, but also your day-to-day job, your day-to-day responsibilities, your co-workers, things that you have to discuss with them and talk through with them in order for you to improve your life and improve your work and job situation. For others of you, you may have been removed from a job. You might have changed jobs, or you might have just to go back and forth into your responsibilities and details associated with it. For others of you Scorpios, Mercury retrograde in this area of your life might have had you review your daily routines, your schedules, and really getting busy also in it. Now, Mercury stationing direct in conjunction to the North Node in this area of your life is kind of giving you some momentum when it comes to these topics, everything that I just talked about, so that you can move forward with or after reviewing these details and certain things associated with your health, with your day-to-day job, and your daily routines. Now, this has also triggered your 12th house. So the 12th house deals with long distance or foreign lands travel, spirituality, resting, dreaming, religion. And for a lot of you Scorpios, you might have had certain downloads in your dreams or certain downloads in your spirituality when it comes to your spiritual routines such as meditation, yoga, or religious routines such as attending church, doing prayers, reading scripture, things like that. And Mercury retrograding in your 6th house could have triggered the need and desire to review these topics and maybe bring something back into your life when it comes to spirituality, religion, and also foreign lands associations, people in foreign lands also. Mercury stationing direct in conjunction to the North Node could give you the call to reintegrate certain things into your life when it comes to spirituality, your dreams, religion again, foreign lands, but also your physical health, healthy routines, your diet. And so this conjunction in your 6th house could give you some more clarity. However, the biggest momentum and the actual clarity comes after Mercury leaves the shadow zone, the shadow period, which will be happening in May. But for you Scorpios, you may have just a lot of changes and review details when it comes to these areas of your life. Now, Mercury rules your 8th house, and the 8th house deals with self-sabotaging patterns also. So for a lot of you Scorpios, you may have revisited certain topics associated with your mental health, psychological health, self-sabotaging patterns, and you may have reviewed things associated with them and kind of improve the way how you talk to yourself. Now, this Mercury stationing direct in conjunction to the North Node could indicate that you are meant to go through whatever you're going right now in these topics in order to be realigned to your soul progression in your life path in this life, because the North Node here is very strong and very powerful. So it's realigning you to your soul mission, your purpose that you have in this life, and you are meant to learn certain things related to your 6th house matter and 12th house matters, in order to be realigned in your soul progression. Mercury also rules your 11th house. And the 11th house is the house associated with long-term goals and dreams. So for a lot of you Scorpios, you may revisit topics associated with long-term goals and dreams, and Mercury stationing direct. It could be that maybe something that you have always wanted to incorporate in your diet, you might be able to start to do it, or something that you have been questioning about it maybe starts or goes into completion to where you understand what you need to change and what you need to improve in your 6th house matters. And for others of you, the 11th house is also the house of friendship, the house of friends, acquaintances, social media also. So for a lot of you Scorpios, it could be that you may decide to share your healthy routines, daily routines with your social media friends. Or for others of you, it could be that you are revisiting topics associated again with your 6th house matters and your 12th house matters with a friend, with a group of friends, with social media friends. And now with Mercury stationing direct in this area of your life in conjunction to the North Node is putting you in the right path to where you can take the necessary steps slowly, because Mercury is just stationing direct. It's still slow. It has not picked up on its fast speed. And when it gets out of the shadow zone in May, then you will be able to see the benefits of this introspection and reflection when it comes to these areas of your life. This is what I have for you, Scorpios. Please let me know how this period is going for you with that eclipse that we had in Aries and the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. Please let me know how things are going for you. And if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello dear Sagittarius, Sagittarius Suns, Moons and Risings. Welcome to your Mercury stationing direct in Aries astrology prediction. This is happening at 15 degrees and 59 minutes in the sign of Aries on April 24 Eastern Standard Time. So make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But for you Sagittarius, this is happening in your 5th house. And the 5th house is the house of children, of entertainment, fun, is the house of creativity, artistic abilities, gambling, earning money through luck and by taking a chance. So for a lot of you Sagittarius, this Mercury stationing direct in conjunction to the North Node in this area of your life could talk about you reflecting and taking action when it comes to improving your relationship with your children, and also reflecting on children in general, if you want to have one, if you decide to have one or not. And Mercury retrograde could have some of you reflect on this aspect of your life. For others of you Sagittarius, you might have reflected on creative abilities and artistic abilities that you might have, and Mercury retrograde could have even brought something back into your life when it comes to creativity, maybe something that you used to practice and do in the past. You may have been called and reflecting upon bringing that into your life. And Mercury stationing direct in conjunction to the North Node could talk about dealing with this kind of creativity and artistic ability in order to realign you with your soul purpose and mission that you have in this life, to give you the ability to express yourself more through your creativity and artistic endeavors that you have. For others of you, you may have reflected on the way how you have fun and entertain yourself, especially with your friends, with your acquaintances. Because this is also triggering the 11th house, which is the house of friends, of social groups, acquaintances. So for a lot of you Sagittarius, you may have even have people come back into your life when it comes to friends. They can be people you just used to have fun with and just entertain yourself with. And Mercury stationing direct in conjunction to the North Node, and Mercury also touching Chiron several times through this retrograde could have maybe had you heal relationships with your friends, with your social groups, but also with your children, for some of you if you have children. We had an important eclipse in this area of your life, Sagittarius, and make sure to listen to my eclipse video in case you have not yet. But you might have kind of artistic ability or creative ability come back into your life all of a sudden through this eclipse, or it could be that it's maybe been removed from your life. Either way, with the eclipse being in the north node, it's really realigning you to your life path and your soul mission. For others of you Sagittariuses, this Mercury stationing direct could give you an understanding or an aha moment, again in conjunction to the north node, when it comes to going after financial endeavors that could make your money out of luck, such as gambling. For other astrologers, this is the house of the stock market. Anything that's associated with luck, earning money through that. So for a lot of you Sagittarius, maybe you will have an understanding when it comes to approaching this type of earning abilities and opportunities. Now Mercury is just stationing direct. It's still in the shadow period, so it is still slow, and it's spending more time with the north node. And that's why I think that this Mercury stationing direct is specifically very important, because of this conjunction to the north node that is putting you in the right path, in what you need to address and think about and improve in your life, that you need the most right now. And Mercury rules your 7th house also, so it's important to note, Sagittarius, is that you may have reflected with a partner when it comes to the way how you entertain and have fun. Maybe you have reflected on removing certain addictions or changing things up when it comes to the way how you have fun. Now for others of you, it could be that you have reflected with a partner when it comes to your relationship with your children, or simply your creativity and your artistic abilities. And when it comes to creativity and artistic abilities, this could also be reflecting and reviewing things with a business partner, or simply reviewing and going back into details when it comes to contracts and collaborations and agreements that you have with other people. But Mercury stationing direct is starting to pick up, and maybe you have a window here and there to understand these things more and to start to gain some momentum. And again, the momentum really comes when Mercury leaves the shadow period in May. That's when things are going to unfold, and we will have all this intensive energy move into the sign of Taurus. However, you might see some changes with Mercury moving or stationing direct. Mercury also rules your 10th house, which is the house of career, public persona, public reputation. So for a lot of you Sagittarius, you may have been working towards changing the way how people view you when it comes to having fun and entertaining. Maybe some of you were known as somebody who travels a lot, and you want to change that up, or somebody that just drinks a lot when they travel, and you may have been reflecting and changing things when it comes to it. Now this is just an example, but it could be anything that's associated with the way how you entertain, how you have fun, and what people know of that or of you in that area of your life. For others of you Sagittarius, the 10th house is the house of career, and you may have reflected or reflect or get an aha moment or understanding when it comes to approaching things in your career with more creativity and with more depth, and just trying to find different ways on how to approach certain things when it comes to your career. And lastly, for others of you Sagittarius, you may reflect and work towards changing the way how people view you when it comes to being known, maybe as an artist, being known by your creativity or creative abilities, or even by your relationship that you have with your children, if you happen to have that also. And for others of you, if you're in the stock market trading, you're doing gambling and things like that, maybe this Mercury stationing direct is changing things associated with these financial endeavors and also how other people view you when it comes to those things. This is kind of what I have for you Sagittarius. I really hope things are going well for you. Please let me know, how are you feeling after the intense eclipse we had on April 8th? How things are going for you. But otherwise, please, if you liked and resonated with this video, remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello dear Capricorns, Capricorn suns, moons and risings. Welcome to your Mercury direct in Aries astrology prediction. This is happening at 15 degrees and 59 minutes in the sign of Aries on April 24 Eastern Standard Time. So make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But for you Capricorns, this is happening in your 4th house, and the 4th house is an angular house. You may have been reflecting with the Mercury going retrograde in this area of your life, and also with the eclipse happening here, and really a lot of planets in this area. You may have been reflecting a lot in your family dynamics, family environment, in your home, in your real estate, in dealing with your parents, and just general family members relationship dynamics. However, Mercury is stationing direct in this area of your life after touching certain points, such as Chiron, may talk about you healing certain things or traumas associated with your family life and your family members. And for a lot of you Capricorns, Mercury is stationing direct in conjunction to the North Node indicates that you are meant to go through certain introspection, maybe, when it comes to this area of your life. And for others of you, you are meant to review and go over certain details when it comes to changing your home, changing your apartment, changing your city, your country, your state, relocating with your family or as a household into somewhere else, because it's really associated with your life path and your soul purpose. You are meant to go through this period of reviewing details in order to choose the right place for you or the right family dynamic and environment that is going to benefit you the most in your family home. For others of you, this is also triggering the 10th house. So for a lot of you Capricorns, you may have had to review things when it comes to your career, your public persona, your public reputation, what people know you for. And this introspection and reflection with Mercury going retrograde in this area of your life and the eclipse, the powerful eclipse we had here, could have really talked about getting an understanding or healing from traumas when it comes to your career, your public persona, and what you're known into the world. And again, this conjunction is happening with the North Node, so you are meant to reflect on these things in order to be realigned in your life path and your soul mission and what you are supposed to do in this lifetime. This is happening again in your angular house, so your 1st house, which is your identity and physical body, could really be affected, but also your partnerships, your partner, your romantic one or business one, your open enemies, your collaboration and agreements with other people. So you may have had to reflect on these things, and with Mercury stationing direct in conjunction to the North Node could really open a window or give you some type of understanding in taking certain steps moving forward when it comes to the way how you view yourself, your physical body, or also your partnerships, how you interact with your partner, romantic partner or business partner, things that you have to address when associated with them, and also collaborations and partnerships and agreements that you may have had. Now, I just described a lot of scenarios, so you may fall into different aspects of these description, because the angular house is a very powerful or the angular houses are very powerful. They could affect certain areas of your life. But going back to that 4th house, where this conjunction is happening between Mercury station in direct and the North Node, it's important to mention that although you may gain some type of understanding with Mercury station in direct, the bigger clarity is not yet there. That's going to happen when Mercury leaves the shadow period or the shadow area, the shadow degrees, and moves forward, and that's going to happen in May. So you might start to get a glimpse on what to do next associated with, your 4th house matters, especially. However, the necessary steps and the moving forward could happen after Mercury leaves the shadow period. Mercury also rules your 6th house, so for a lot of you Capricorns, you might have reflected and work towards changing your diet, your health routines, your workout routines that are associated with your physical health, and you may have done so in your home environment. So it could be associated with cooking, especially with your diet, but also in how you address your health topics with your family members, maybe with your parents, maybe just anybody who you live with. For others of you, it could be that you may have been working from home, considering working from home, or it could have been that you are revising details associated with working from home. And with Mercury going retrograde in this area of your life, could have had some problems with technology, maybe if you're working from home. But Mercury stationing direct in conjunction to the North Node could start to ease on things up and make it a bit easier for you in this area of your life. Mercury also rules your ninth house, and the ninth house rules and is associated with your belief system. So you might have introspected and reflected a lot in your belief systems, especially associated with your family, with your homeland, your home country, your ancestry, your ancestors, people that have come before you, your bloodline, basically. But for others of you, you may have addressed issues associated with your emotional health, because the fourth house is also the house of emotions, and the ninth house is the house of beliefs. And beliefs is just anything that you believe in, but specifically for you, it's happening for your emotions, for your inner world. You might have some kind of retrospection and reflecting when it comes to this area of your life, and maybe some type of understanding now with Mercury stationing direct to what things you need to address in order to feel emotionally safer, emotionally more fulfilled and happier. And I know a lot of you Capricorns, you just go so hard on yourself, and so reflecting on that emotional world of you, especially with the Mercury going into conjunction with Chiron, the wounded healer, you have the opportunity to reflect on past wounds and traumas and try to heal from them and take a different approach. And the conjunction to the North Node really indicates an opportunity to be realigned to your life mission and soul purpose by reflecting on your personal emotions, traumas, bloodline curses, and things that you have spiritually inherited from your ancestors. And I don't have that many Capricorn placements, but I have Capricorn degrees, a lot of 22 degrees in my chart. And I have been reflecting a lot on my ancestors for some reason, just discovering things on how to heal generational patterns and generational traumas, things that, I have seen reflect over and over in my extended family and people that were before me, my cousins and things like that. And so you could also be doing the same thing, Capricorns. This is an opportunity to heal things associated with those things. Mercury also deals with the ninth house, as I mentioned, but with legal matters. The ninth house also rules legal matters. So a lot of you could have gone through details when it comes to legal cases and trying to fix certain things and go through certain details when it comes to this area of your life. But Mercury moving direct again could start to pick up in pace and give you a window to start to improve things. But again, wait until the shadow period is over. That would be the ideal time to start to take necessary steps with a lot of clarity and more surety. This is what I have for you, Capricorns. I really hope things go wonderful for you. Please let me know how this eclipse has played out in your life. The eclipse that we had in Aries, it happened at an angular house for you, so I really want to know how you're feeling, how things are going for you, if you've had any changes or not, and also that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, if that has given you things, given that it's happening in a fellow earth sign. But please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello dear Aquarius, Aquarius suns, moons and risings. Welcome to your Mercury directed Aries astrology prediction. Mercury stationing direct in a sign of Aries at 15 degrees and 59 minutes on April 24 Eastern Standard Time, so make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But for you Aquarius, this is happening in your third house, which is associated with our thought processes, communication, sales, marketing, writing, publishing, our siblings, our neighbors, short distance travel also. So for a lot of you Aquarius, you might have had the opportunity during the Mercury retrograde to go on a short distance trip. And if you have simply planned to do so, but you had some kind of delays, details and things you had to go over and over to revise them to make this happen, then Mercury stationing direct in conjunction to the North Node could give you now the opportunity and the push to be able to make this happen. Mercury stations direct in conjunction to the North Node. So for a lot of you, Aquariuses, you may have some fated conversations, important conversations that give you some type of revelation and download when it comes to your soul purpose and life mission. Because the North Node really wants you and each of us to realign with what we are supposed to do in this lifetime. For others of you Aquariuses, this third house just deals with communication, which means that during the Mercury retrograde, you might have revised and reflected and gone into introspection in the way how you communicate and relate to other people. And Mercury stationing direct now in conjunction to the North Node could really help you loosen up or help improve communications with others and make you understand what areas you're lacking and to be able to interact with others more easily and to understand other people more also. This is the house of our thought processes. So for a lot of you Aquariuses, Mercury stationing direct here can just give you something in your mind, some thought, some revelation that really changes the way how you think and also challenges your belief system because the third house is the opposite of the ninth house. And with the eclipse happening in this area of your life, the ninth house has definitely been triggered. So for a lot of you Aquariuses, this Mercury station direct in conjunction to the North Node could change your belief system, and this can be your belief system associated with anything in the world, anything that you think that is in a certain way. And the conjunction with the North Node is helping you understand that you may need to change the way how you think and how you approach certain things to be able to be realigned more with your mission and what you really need to understand and know at this period of time in your life. The third house, as I mentioned, is also the house of writing, publishing, um, sales, marketing. So if any of you Aquariuses are in these industries, then you may have the opportunity to have things flowing more easily. You may have doors open when it comes to things that you need to improve in your business to be able to approach the audience and people that you interact with and you want to connect with in an easier way. Now, Mercury station direct does not give the full clarity. You will most likely gain the full clarity when Mercury leaves the shadow period, which will happen in May. And until then, however, you will have some things being improved and things start to fall into place slowly and gradually. Mercury rules your fifth house, Aquarius, so you could have had reflection and introspection when it comes to the way how you have fun, your creativity, your entertainment, but also your creative and artistic abilities. And a lot of you Aquariuses are very creative. You are the genius mind of the zodiac. So you could have reflected and introspected and gone into certain details and reviews when it comes to your creative abilities, something that you're pursuing, something that makes you happy, that is associated with the fifth house. The fifth house is also the house of children. And a lot of you Aquariuses may have had the opportunity to spend more time with your children or have been revising and thinking about improving your relationship with your children. And now Mercury stationing direct in conjunction to the North Node is opening the door and bringing you some opportunity to finally settle things with one of your children or your children in general. Mercury going retrograde in this area of your life has activated Chiron multiple times. And this means that for a lot of you Aquarius, you might have worked towards healing some kind of relationship with a child, with your children, or also with your inner child. And for others of you, you might have healed when it comes to a certain creative and artistic ability in the past also, and kind of worked towards accepting things that happened in the past associated with this creative and artistic ability. The fifth house is also the house of gambling and earning money or winning money through taking a chance by luck. And for many astrologers, the fifth house also rules the stock market. So for a lot of you Aquariuses, you may have with this Mercury stationing direct in conjunction to the North Node some type of understanding when it comes to how you make money through these things, these endeavors, to the stock market maybe, and also by taking a chance, by luck. Um, Mercury also rules your eighth house, Aquarius. So eighth house is the house of our self-sabotaging patterns, what we say to ourselves, the mental health. And again, for a lot of you Aquarius, I feel like a lot of you are doing introspection and thinking a lot about the way how you talk to yourself, just your thought process and the way how you also communicate to other people. And Mercury stationing direct in conjunction to the North Node can really help you realign yourself when it comes to your soul purpose, and your mission in your life that is associated with your thought process, self-sabotaging patterns. And I know a lot of people fear the eighth house, but I think it's a very powerful one. It's the house of transformation. Once we transform ourselves, which we should in this lifetime, because we have to grow and progress and adjust to challenges and circumstances to be able to build ourselves and, become knowledgeable and an expert in our lives. Um, and the eighth house, through this Mercury station direct in the with the North Node, can really talk about you working on those self-sabotaging patterns and improving them, fixing them, transforming yourself in a way to where you think a bit more positively about yourself. Now, this is not just, rainbows and unicorns, absolutely, because eighth house is usually a heavier energy, and you also have Pluto in your first house, which is already doing its work when it comes to transforming your identity and self-worth. Um, but for a lot of you Aquariuses, you are really working into these things. And the energy, like I said, is not easy. It's not a light one. Um, However, the eighth house is also a financial house that deals with shared resources and investments. So, for a lot of your courses, you may have gone and are still going through reviewing certain details, information, and other things associated with your shared income and resources. For others of you, you may have conversations, communications with your family members, with your partner, whoever you share your finances with. Um, that are very important for you, are very important to your finances and what you have access to. And now Mercury station direct in conjunction with the North Node could talk about coming to some type of agreement with somebody when it comes to your shared resources and finances and investments. Now, is this agreement positively going to impact you? I cannot say that because this is a general reading. However, this could be the focus for a lot of you Aquariuses. Um, this is what I have for you, Aquarius, when it comes to um, this Mercury this month turning direct in the sign of Aries. Please let me know in the comments how you're feeling through this energy. I feel like a lot of people are feeling agitated. I felt that especially today. But please let me know how things are going for you. And if you liked and resonated with this video, please let me know and show some support through a like or subscribe. Hello, dear Pisces, Pisces suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mercury direct in Aries astrology prediction. Mercury is stationing direct in the sign of Aries at 15 degrees and 59 minutes on April 24th Eastern Standard Time, so please make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But for you, Pisces, this is happening in your second house, and the second house deals with personal income, finances, self-worth, self-confidence, and just the way how you view yourself. So for a lot of you Pisces, this Mercury retrograde could have given you the opportunity to review your finances, to go over certain details on the way how you make money, how you spend money, and also how you budget. And for a lot of you Pisces, the eclipse in Aries in this area of your life could have removed the stream of income or could have added something new into your life. And if anything has not yet happened yet, just give it time. It will eventually, because sometimes eclipses take time to show the consequences that they have, which could be good or could be more on the negative side in our perspective. However, being that they happen in the nodes, remember that they are supposed to realign us to our life path and what we are supposed to be doing in our lifetime. Now, for a lot of you, Pisces, through this Mercury station direct in conjunction to the North Node, you can have some aha moments, some understanding when it comes to the way how you make money. Maybe you getting some type of understanding when it comes to your skill set, because the second house also rules your skills, your possessions, kind of what you know, what you understand, what you are knowledgeable about. And for a lot of you Pisces, this Mercury station direct in conjunction to the North Node can give you that aha moment that aligns you with your life path and mission when it comes to how much money you need to make in your life during this time, as the North Node is transiting your second house. The second house, as I mentioned, also is associated with self-worth. So for a lot of you Pisces, you may have been reflecting and healing also, because the Mercury retrograde activated Chiron multiple times. So you may have been healing when it comes to topics about your self-worth, maybe introspecting and going back to situations in your mind that were associated with kind of making you feel a bit more weaker when it comes to your self-worth, or not really um, appreciating yourself as you should. And this Mercury station direct in conjunction to the North Node now gives you the opportunity to kind of accept the past, accept things associated with your self-worth that could have damaged you in the past, and kind of move forward now, turning those weaknesses into strengths and understanding that they were there to shape you in some type of form when it comes to your self-worth. But for others of you Pisces, or for most of you, I feel like this Mercury station direct in conjunction to the North Node could really talk about your financial situation, in your ability to make a lot of money, and to remove things that are not working for you anymore. Mercury also rules your fourth house, Pisces. And the fourth house is the house of family members, home environment, real estate, and also our emotions. So for a lot of you Pisces, you may have been communicating and talking with a family member associated with your personal finances. You may have been revisiting details, going back and forth about creating a plan or budgeting when it comes to your income, but you might have been doing that at your home environment or with a family member. For others of you, you may have revisited again emotions associated with self-sabotaging patterns when it comes to how much money you can make and how much income you can bring for yourself. Because the fourth house is the house of emotions, our inner world, and a Mercury stationing, going first retrograde and now stationing direct, could really give you some type of understanding when it comes to your emotional world and how you approach finances. Mercury rules the fourth house, which is associated with your ancestors. So you might have been reflecting on generational traumas and patterns associated with finances during this Mercury retrograde. And Mercury station direct in conjunction to the North Node can talk about you understanding certain patterns, certain things, and even doing research on how to break them and how to remove them from your life. Obviously, this is not going to be the case for everyone, but for some of you Pisces definitely is. Mercury also rules your seventh house. So again, for a lot of you Pisces, I feel like you are talking with a partner or a family member when it comes to your personal finances, your income, how much you're making, your budgeting, and maybe you're asking for help, your partner, or it could be that they're also asking you. So I feel like a lot of you have this activated second house and dealing with somebody else or your family members when it comes to your finances. And again, Mercury stationing direct in conjunction to the North Node does not mean that you will have all blockages and you'll get a clear understanding now. That's because Mercury is still in its shadow zone or shadow degrees. I feel like for a lot of you, you will gain the deeper understanding and the bigger picture when Mercury leaves this area of your life, leaves the shadow period, and starts to pick up on its speed and give you more clarity when it comes to your second house matters. Lastly, for a lot of you Pisces, you may have revisited and gone through contracts, agreements during this Mercury retrograde, going back and forth into understanding how much money you can make. And if things have not worked for you, maybe some of you are still looking for ways to be able to bring some more income in, some more money in. And again, you might get that bigger picture and clarity after Mercury stations direct, and the bigger one, or the most clarity when Mercury leaves the shadow period and the shadow zone. Lastly, for you Pisces, I feel like you are also doing a lot of healing when it comes to your finances. You're kind of understanding where you made your mistakes. Maybe in the past you've done like a lot of expenditures that you kind of regret doing, and now you are trying to heal from these things and make wiser decisions when it comes to your finances. And again, this is a general reading, so it won't apply to everybody, but for some of you Pisces definitely will. But this is what I have for you Pisces. Please let me know how things are going for you, how the eclipse in Aries has reflected into your life. It's happening in your second house, which is about finances. Please let me know how things are going for you. And one more thing before I forget this Mercury retrograde in your second house has also triggered the 8th house of shared resources. So again, you could have reflected a lot on your shared finances, shared resources, how much you're putting in, how much your partner is putting in, or your family members are putting in, and gone into details and even discussed things with family members or your partner, about your shared finances that have maybe not felt good on your end in the past, but you are now kind of working towards them with these individuals. And the 8th house is also the house of self-sabotaging patterns and mental health that is being activated again by the eclipse, but also by Mercury stationing retrograde, or stationing direct, sorry, in your second house. So for a lot of you Pisces, you may have been working on self-sabotaging patterns when it comes to your self-worth, when it comes to how much money you make. You might have been working on removing those things in your mind that are associated maybe with the past or even your ancestors, kind of clearing your mind from self-sabotaging beliefs and working towards creating a reality for yourself, especially in the way how you make money and also your self-worth. Okay, Pisces, I think this is it for you. Please let me know again how things are going for you. And if you like and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe.